It's time now for the Kill the Can podcast.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kill the Can podcast. It has been a minute, and I apologize for my lack of putting episodes out. If you remember on the last episode, I mentioned that I was not feeling well, and in fact, we had to reschedule that conversation with Aquaman. I hope you enjoyed that last conversation on the podcast. I know I did. But anyways, if you remember, I was dealing with kind of like an upper respiratory thing. Well, long story short, that still persists. So the pollen in Cleveland this year has been off the charts. And so I started with a allergy attack, and then that progressed to a sinus infection, and that progressed to an ear infection, which was then treated, got better, and then I developed another full-blown sinus infection, which has then moved back into my ear. It's like this whole back and forth thing. I feel like I'm in the third grade. But I'm finally getting to the point where, I mean, it's been over a month at this point where I could hear out of my right ear. I mean, this entire time it was just kind of blocked. Felt like I had water in my ear. Just no good. So if you've ever experienced that, I apologize. It really is the worst. So wanted to jump on today, hopefully get back into some sort of a routine when it comes to putting out the podcast. I am, of course, I'm going out of town next week. I'm going to a baseball tournament in Nashville. I'm hoping to see some quitters while I'm there. But anyways, I wanted to jump on today because this past weekend, we had what I believe is the 14th, I'll call it annual. We've taken a couple years off due to COVID, but the 14th annual Pennsylvania Quit Together, hosted by Theo 3wood and Bulker 62. And unfortunately, I was not able to attend. I believe this is only the second out of the 14 that I was not able to attend. And it ripped my heart out that I couldn't be there with my brothers. But I wanted to bring this to you today to not only remind quitters out there how important accountability and brotherhood is, but I wanted to bring this and show you how these men have developed a bond and a brotherhood that goes well beyond Kill the Can at this point. I think that's very fair to say. In a minute here, you're going to hear some other voices, and it's going to be a relatively short episode of the pod because really this was a live roll call that they did in Pennsylvania this past weekend. And you will hear very quickly who was there, their day count, and you will see very quickly that this relatively small number of quitters put together almost 150 years worth of quit. They represented 150 years worth of quit. And I know I've talked about it on the podcast, or I think I have talked about it in the past, but quitter meets, in my opinion, are one of the most valuable tools that you have in your arsenal against your addiction. And what I mean by that is when you get together face to face and you share a beer, you share a cup of coffee, you go to a ball game, you go to somebody's house, you have a meal, whatever it is, the bond that you will form or the bond that you will reinforce simply, I cannot put it into words. And what these people will mean to you, they truly are your brothers from another mother. They are no longer your quote-unquote internet friends. They are no longer a name on a line on roll call that you don't have a name with the face. They instantly become human beings that you know, that the next time you're thinking about caving, the next time you're thinking about going back to your addiction, invariably you are going to remember those people. And it becomes that much more difficult to throw it all away. Because in your mind, you're going to be letting those people down. And I know that we talk about you can't quit for somebody else, and I'm not suggesting otherwise. But what I'm suggesting is the brotherhood that goes into your quit will make your quit so much stronger, because you're not going to want to let anybody down. You're still doing it for yourself, but at that point you're doing it for them as well. It is a powerful, powerful tool, and I would urge you guys and gals, if you've not had the opportunity to meet another quitter, go out of your way and do it, please. COVID took that from us. COVID's done, and now it's time to get back and quit. And it doesn't have to be a big meet like this Pennsylvania one. It can be one-on-one, and it will do immense positive changes to your quit. I promise you. It's an honor to be quit with you. The next voices you're going to hear are the quitters from the 2024 Pennsylvania Quit Together. Cheers to you, folks.
It starts down here.
It's just a,
It starts where it starts. It starts where it starts.
It starts here.
She'll tell you
Yeah.
where it starts. Trust me.
oh wow, Scorsese, you got nothing on it. Hey, it's Big Brother Jack. 11,250 days. The No Chew Crew original 06 with my brother Cliff.
I am Uncle Bubba, 7,455 days from February 2004, the Silent Hours. Lance from SD, 5872. August 08, the Bampers.
Oh.
I'm Theo Threewood. I have 5,806 days from originally the November 2008 Mighty Lumberjacks.
Mighty Lumberjacks, yes.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
I think we've met before.
We may have.
They call me Soy Man, but maybe you don't recognize me with my shirt on.
Keep going, baby.
I've been quit for 4,969 days.
Love it.
Got it. Skodaddy, unfortunately, I have to be right next to the actor. 4,943 days from March 2011.
Nice.
Boker 62, 4,317 days, I believe December 2012, right? November? No, December 2012.
Okay.
He has a hand.
I know.
He has a hand.
I know my days. I know when I quit. I know my quit date, I'll tell you that.
Was Monster EMT, now Monster Medic.
Oh, personality change.
Sorry. 3,766 days. June 2014, the Quit Saloon.
Carl H2O, September 15th, 3,302 days.
All right. And then we have.
So, this group of 9 men have collectively quit for 142 years.
Woo!
I figured that's roughly $500,000 worth of money that we didn't spend towards tobacco. Hopefully we did something better than that. And the average number of quit here is 15 3/4 years, which is good. But not so much, because it would be nice if we had, somehow we're unplugged from the younger, fresher quitters. And I think I got to hand it to Carl here, because The poor guy has been at the end of the line.
Yes. We love you, Carl.
Look at this hat. There are 3 commas here.
Yes,
Just to
yes.
say he's done 3,000 days of this with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm still the new guy.
And very proud of you. Very proud of you. All right, so to quit. Just fists up to quit.
Yeah.
Except for my husband, who does not follow directions. Fists up to quit.
Oh, and should we say anything about Russ?
Absolutely.
The reason why we are here is because of Franpro.
Oh, yeah.
And Franpro, for a lot of us, for me, he was the first face that convinced me that I shouldn't be chewing tobacco anymore. He happened to be in a quit room, in a chat room when I came in, and he was steady, and I kind of felt like if he can do it, I can do it. And Fran's no longer with us, and his real name, we can say now, is Russ.
Thanks, buddy.
Rest easy, Russ.
Yeah, man.
Yes. To Russ.
And Choose. Thanks to Choose for even making this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Felon,
You should be here, buddy.
He should.
we still miss you.
Things happen.
Amen.
You know he is in spirit.
Join us again next time for another edition of the Kill the Can podcast.